This show was made possible with the support of the 1xBit partners. Earn more by introducing new players.
Hello, my friends, and thank you so much for taking the time to join us for another edition of APCW Perspectives and another stroll through the insanity of what we call the online gambling industry. And this week we're going to push back just a bit from issues in the United Kingdom, at least in the first half of our show, to take a moment and update you on what's happening with the prediction markets. And there's a lot to share. On our show from January 15th of this year, we discussed legal challenges facing these markets, and I admit that some of these contracts being offered seem a lot like sports betting to me. And apparently, I'm not alone. Nevada, New Jersey, Utah, Massachusetts, and many other American states have taken legal action to shut them down. But the pushback against prediction markets is global, my friends. The Netherlands just ordered them to stop, with threats of fines up to $500,000 after rejecting their argument that this activity is not really gambling, it's simply informed decision making. An argument that any good sports bettor could also make. Now, countries like Portugal, Hungary, and New Zealand are also taking action against them. But here's where things get a bit weird, and that's coming from me on this show, as not everyone seems to be on the same page here, at least not in America. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals just ruled against Kalshi in Nevada, but the New York legislature wants to regulate them. The NFL banned commercials for prediction markets during the Super Bowl, but Major League Baseball is considering a partnership with them. A federal House bill seeks to ban these prediction markets altogether, but the Commodity Futures Trading Commission is backing them. So, now the question is, what is an affiliate supposed to do with this information? Well, my friends, I guess that all comes down to your business philosophy and risk aversion. If you think that this gray area is going to remain and be profitable, great. Or is this gray area going to become polarized and dangerous? That's a decision you have to make for yourselves.
24/7 Partners is the affiliate program designed for your growth. Forget restrictive terms and start fresh each month with no negative carryover, and enjoy your month even more with no activity quotas. Earn a competitive rev share with up to 37.5% effective commissions. Stop leaving money on the table and start earning with 24/7 Partners.
Welcome back. Let's see if we can get through the second half of our show before this rain shuts us down. And it's time for one of my favorite things, right behind biscuits and gravy. And that is welcoming another new APCW sponsor. And this week, quite appropriately, it's RainBet. We met them in Barcelona and we'll be publishing their interview shortly. But in the meantime, you should know that they offer an effective rev share of up to 45% along with CPA and hybrid deals, dedicated affiliate managers, and multilingual 24/7 support. So check out their APCW review page for yourself or visit them directly at rainbetpartners.com. Also, another one of my favorite things to do is share new interviews. And this week, the APCW published our talk with Erica Anderson, the Vice President of Marketing at Income Access, about how their data helps affiliates stay relevant and ahead of the trends. You can always find that video and more like it on our website, our YouTube channel, and in the forums at GPWA. Lastly, we simply can't go an entire week without at least mentioning news from the United Kingdom. And as Andrew Rhodes recently abandoned his post on the sinking ship of British betting, now so has the UK Gambling Commission's chair, Charles Council, and the search for a new chair has already begun. It's not that difficult. So if you have a degree in history or languages or botany, French poetry, glass blowing, or auto repair, you should definitely apply. The job is only 2 days a week, which probably says something about the British betting industry in and of itself. But here are some of the requirements. 1, manage recent tax changes. Or, translated, deal with the fallout and the backlash from these tax changes so that the people responsible don't have to. Number 2, ensure player protections. Simply stated, you need to restrict and ban anything that's fun or not paying taxes. 3, tackle illegal gambling, which sounds difficult, but really it's so simple and easy because Andy Rhodes already looked into this matter and found that the threat from such things is overstated. So you see, easy stuff. In fact, I'm thinking about applying for the job myself. So, that's this show in the books, and what do I get? Another day older and deeper in debt. But I'll come back next week, provided St. Peter don't call me home, and we'll do it all again. I sold my soul to the company store. As not everyone seems to be on the same page here, at least not in America, the Ninth Circuit of Court of Appeals. Yep. And this week we're going to push back just a bit on the issues happening in the United Kingdom, at least in the first half of the show. We're going to instead fuck up the first take that there was no reason to fuck up other than the fact that I was trying to get creative and fucked it up. Pretty much like any other week at this point. Let's do it again.